house. Move, guys. Baby, he's at the next door neighbor's house. Sorry, guys. Huh? Okay. Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. Hey Lou, I was coming over here. That's why I did. I know, see, sis. What's up? So I told everybody that I would chat today. I was waiting for Megan to get done with her live stream, but I think they're having a storm over there. So I'm just going to come on and chat with you guys until I see the notification for her live stream. So, and then we can just all go over there together. So what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday. I will tell you guys, I had a really good day today. I got up early. I took my son to school, and then I came home, got dressed, went to work, did 2 stores. Then I came back to the house. I did laundry. I swept. I vacuumed. I did the dishes, and I folded laundry. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Misty. How you doing, girl? How's your mom doing? Is everything okay? You guys keep Misty's mom in y'all's prayers. She's really sick. Oh, crap. What? Lou, are you serious? You guys, Lou is no longer fired. That's amazing. See? These are the gifts of sobriety. Even though, like, I know you're not in recovery from addiction, but, you know, I'm on administrative leave. Is that good? Oh, no. Oh, well, that crap. That sucks. Oh, Misty. Oh, my gosh. You guys, please keep Misty's mom in your prayers. She is going in for open heart surgery tomorrow. So please keep her in your prayers. Misty is new to our recovery to the group. She's been here for what, about a month, Misty? She's actually one of Dr. B's patients where he practices, and that's how we got introduced to each other. Was we found each other through Dr. B, and we've been talking to each other's on the phone and just trying to stay connected. And her mom is really going through some hard times right now. And thank God Misty is on Suboxone and she's staying sober. Hey, Camila, I texted you, or I called you today, but your twin sister actually texted me back. I'm so glad you're here. Good deal. It's almost been 2 months. Yeah, you're right. It has been. So I just wanted to come on, and I thought that what we could do is we could just chat, you guys. Hey, Jeff. I figured you would be, girl. Just hang in there. Just relax. Don't be overexerting yourself. You know, that's what you're not going to be feeling good because you just had surgery. Did you get your gallbladder out? Is that what you had done? Hey, Gunny. What's up, girl? Okay, so it's a good group of you guys here. So let's talk about life on life's terms, you guys. Let's talk about life on life's terms. Oh, wow. Well, if it's been 1:30 since your last pain pill, go ahead and take another one. Have somebody give you another one. Just try to keep them, spaced out so that way you don't take too many. So let's talk about life on life's terms, okay? Life on life's terms. Do you guys understand what that means, life on life's terms? Oh, hey, Gunny, bike riding. That's awesome. Not that your car's on jacks, though, but you're getting out there getting exercise. You're always out getting exercise. You inspire me. Yes, Misty, anytime, girl. We love you. We support you. And that's the thing, you guys, like this channel and this chat, what we do here on Real Talk Recovery, it's all about supporting one another. And honestly, I'm nothing without you guys, and vice versa. We help each other. Not to, I'm trying to. Okay, well, good. That way you can actually get some rest and not have to worry about the kids. So that's good, girl. That's real good. Hey, Marissa. There's my girl. You guys give it up for Marissa. She's made some big changes in her life the past couple weeks. So, life on life's terms. Basically, when we're in active addiction, we're living our life on our own will, right? We're doing what we want to do when we want to do it. That's how we operate when we're in active addiction, okay? When we get sober, life changes, and we can no longer reach for substances to change the way we feel, right? Because we're staying sober. Hey, Sandra. Actually, one of our girls just went through surgery, and she actually just came out of surgery, so that's why she's taking medication. But you can be here if you would like. Good job, Camila. Go lay down, relax. Like I said, try to just be easy on yourself. Don't overexert yourself, and that's good that you're trying to make sure that you don't take everything, so close together. You're being very, very smart about that. And so what you got to do, like we were saying before, is whenever you have surgery, you guys, if it's something that you have to have done and you're an addict and they're giving you medication for pain, this is what I suggest. Have a plan, you guys. Don't go into it blind, because what will happen is you'll get your medication, and then the next thing you know, you'll just be like the Cookie Monster, right? That's what it's like for me, at least whenever I was in active addiction. I was like the Cookie Monster when I would get medications. So if you have surgery and you have someone you can trust, right, that you can hold that medication for you and dispense it to you as you need it, right? Right. And so that's the whole point. Like when we're in recovery, a lot of people will think, well, I'm a recovering addict. I can never take any pain medication ever again. Which, here's the thing, you guys. Today, I can be honest with myself. I know for Nicole, for me, I know that if I get a tooth pulled, I can handle the pain, right? Now, if I got chopped off and I had to have it sewn back on, I would need some medication for that. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so it's really all about us being honest with ourselves and admitting, like, hey, I need the extra help. I can't do this on my own. And that's when we get a plan set together and we make sure that we have other people that can hold our medications. Good job, Camila. Good job. And see, and you guys, like, when I got sober, I didn't think about all these things, right? I didn't think about having elective surgery. I didn't think about what if I had an accident. I didn't think about anything, really. All I was thinking about was, I need to get my life back together. I've got to get better. I'm dying. I'm ruining my life, And so, thankfully for me, I learned from my sponsor and from other ladies that were sober. They showed me, like, hey, this is what you should do. And it's always good, you guys, to just tell other people, Just tell somebody. Say, hey, I need to tell you what's going on in my life. I don't need to hold this in and keep it a secret, so I'm going to let you know that XYZ is going on and blah, blah, blah. Okay? Okay, so let's talk about life on life's terms. So when I first got sober and started going to AA, because that's where I heard this saying at, life on life's terms, everybody would say, it's so amazing. I can live life on life's terms. And I was like, what are they talking about? Right? So when we're out there and we're in our active addiction, like I was saying before, we're running on our own. We're self-will run riot. We are operating on our own devices. We are making selfish decisions. We are ruled by our addiction, right? Our brain is hijacked by the substances that we are using, and we are off to the races, okay? And so when we first come into our recovery, it's exciting, it's scary, it's overwhelming, right? But I can tell you guys, yes, we were living on Cindy's terms, on Nicole's terms, on Hart's terms, on Gunny's terms, on Sandra's terms. We were running the show on by ourselves. You know, let me get my book because I have it right here. Okay, so you know how, I don't know if I've ever read this part to you guys or not, but there's a story in the book where it talks about, as alcoholics and addicts, we are like an actor, right? We're the actor, we're the director, we're everybody, because we're trying to control everything, right? If we can just fix, manage, and control everything, then life would be great, okay? So that's what we try to do. We try to play every role. So when I got sober, that's when I started learning about letting go and letting my higher power, letting go and letting God, right? Letting go of the need to control. Anytime, Camila, anytime, girl. I'm here for you, and I just really wanted to make sure you're okay, because surgery like that is serious. And I've had many friends who have had surgeries and then not told anyone, and then they relapsed, and they ended up going back out because they took the pain pills, they didn't tell anybody about it, and then they were off to the races. So I just kind of want to make sure that anything I can do to like help you guys, I try to do that, okay? So we're trying to fix, manage, and control everything. And so for me, I was constantly running from life, okay? Running from life and trying to use until I couldn't feel anymore, because I didn't want to face reality. Because my reality was that I had lost my son, that I was not doing my job as a mother, okay? I wasn't doing my job as a wife. I lost my husband, right? My husband, he was off on his own little active addiction tirade, and I was wreaking havoc in all the people's lives that I really loved, you know? And I would keep doing that, and then I would repeat it again, and that guilt and shame would just pile up, one thing on top of the other. I was talking to this girl today on the phone, and she called me and she said, I just don't understand why I'm not strong enough. Why am I not strong enough to stop? I've heard so many people say, you know, I just got to be stronger, right? I have to tell you guys something. Sobriety is not about being strong. It's not about willpower. Do you know what sobriety is about? Sobriety is knowing when to surrender. It's not about being strong. It's not about saying, oh, I can handle this. I'm going to do this. I'm stopping today. It's about surrendering. It's about waving the white flag. Because what have we done for so long? For so long, we have tried to be strong enough. We have tried to get sober on our own, right? I don't know about you guys, but that's what I did for 10 years. For 10 years, I tried to get sober through my willpower, okay? I'm talking white knuckling it. I had to do that over and over and over again and fail to realize that getting sober is not about strength. It's about surrendering. It's about letting go and realizing that my butt was whooped. My butt was whooped. Have you ever heard anybody say, I got that just right ass whooping. I've been given the gift of desperation. So for me, that's what my addiction did to me. It brought me to my knees. Methamphetamine, oxys, cocaine, marijuana, pills, all brought me to my knees. It was like somebody took their fist and punched me right in the gut and knocked the air right out of me. That's what addiction did to me. It whooped my ass. It whooped me into a sense of where I could be reasoned with, and I surrendered. So in step 1, they talk about admitting we were powerless over drugs or alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable, right? So a lot of the times what we'll do when we're in our active addiction is that first of all, we don't want to admit that we have any kind of problem. And that's the first step, is admitting that there's a problem, identifying the problem, and finding a solution for it. Okay? So a lot of the times people think that the solution is just stopping drugs and alcohol, right? Now, of course, stopping drugs is a major part of recovery, right? Getting away from substances. But that's just the beginning. Taking away the drugs and the alcohol, that's just the beginning of the whole situation. Recovery is a lot more internal work than just taking away substances. Are you guys still here, or is it cutting out? Let me know. I feel like it's like cutting out. I hate this. I cannot wait to get a camera, you guys. Because I feel like it's like cutting out really bad. Is it cutting? Okay. Hello? Hello. Okay, good. Okay, so anyway, for the longest time, you guys, I thought it was about white knuckling it and like being strong. You know what I mean? And I want you guys to know, if you're addiction, okay, if you're struggling with the disease of addiction and you think that you're failing because you're not strong enough, that's not what it is. Okay, it is. I felt like it was too, Megan. It's not because you're not strong enough, you guys. It's because you have to surrender and accept help. And what a lot of women, I'm talking from my own point of view, a lot of the times we think that we can't trust other women, right? We think, oh, well, I have to do this on my own because no one's going to understand me. One of the things that I've learned in recovery is that I had to let go and I had to start trusting. And I had to start taking suggestions from women that had been sober a lot longer than me, right? I was afraid to let other women into my life because I had had such bad experiences before with women betraying me, with my friends turning their backs on me, right? And I still get hurt, you guys, but what I've learned is that I would rather have 1,000,000 friendships that end because the person just didn't want to be my friend or hurt me, and I actually put in the effort to be a good friend, than to not have any friendships at all. And I've also learned that working with other addicts and alcoholics, that a lot of the times people will come in and out of my life, right? In and out, in and out. It's like a revolving door over here on Real Talk Recovery. But you know what? Always is going to be the same. I'm always going to be right here saying, come on back. You're welcome here. Come on back. You're welcome here. I have to keep reminding myself that there's a bigger picture. It's not about me anymore. It's not about oh, you hurt my feelings, I'm pissed off at you, or so and so's talking bad about me. It's not about that anymore. This is a bigger situation here. Like, people need help. Addicts are seeking refuge and help from other people who have been through the same thing they've been through. And you guys know, like, if, for those of you that are new, that haven't like really sat and listened to my stories or anything, I've been through it. Okay, I was an IV drug addict for over 10 years. My son was taken from me by the state of Arkansas. I worked my butt off to get him back. I have been in abusive relationships with men who beat me every single day. I have been raped. I have been sexually assaulted when I was a young girl. And my addiction was probably the worst thing that I've ever been through, and it was hell. And it didn't start out to be hell because it was fun at first. At first, I enjoyed getting loaded, right? But what happened was drugs and alcohol stopped working for me. And so by the end of my addiction, I was just shooting up every day to maintain, to feel normal. And losing my son was the icing on the cake. And that's when I really surrendered and got help. Because all the other times, I was still trying to do the program and trying to work my recovery the way I wanted to work it. And that didn't work for me. I'm kind of different than a lot of people because I like really enjoy the 12 steps, but I also believe in medically assisted treatment. So there's this new program that they've started called MARA, which is Medically Assisted Recovery Anonymous. And basically what it is it's a program that's all inclusive. Anyone who wants to be a part of MARA can be. There are 12 steps in MARA and 12 traditions. And every Friday night at 7 p.m. we do a MARA meeting here on my channel. And I think it's just, but what I'm trying to say is, like, it used to be about me coming on here and like sharing with you guys, and I almost felt like it was like, not that I was selfish but it was almost like it was about me and me sharing the message, and it was just different. And I feel like as I've had my channel and as the channel's growing, you guys, it's shifting. Like, Real Talk Recovery, I want it to be a place for everyone to come and be accepted. I want all addicts and all alcoholics. It doesn't matter what your vice was. I want you to be able to come here and hang out with us and feel welcomed and feel like you're not alone and know that you have support. And I want everyone to know, like, it doesn't matter what you did. It doesn't matter if we disagree on something. It doesn't matter. You are welcome here. And I want you to find recovery. That is my goal for every person that comes across my channel. Is it doesn't matter if we've ever gotten in an argument or a disagreement, or if we hurt each other or anything like that. I want you to have recovery, and that's what I want for every single person. And I don't care. Like, I'm not going to let personal things get in the way of people who need help, right? And I know a lot of people, when they are struggling, what they'll do is they'll lash out, and a lot of people will lash out, right, at me because they're struggling in their addiction. And sometimes, you guys, I don't realize that. I don't realize that that's why people are doing that to me. And then whenever I realize it, because I know that's what it is, then I'm like, this is a bigger picture, and I have to remain open-armed and welcoming, but I'm a human, I'm human. And so it's easy for me, especially because I do get my feelings hurt sometimes, but what I try to do here on the channel is I really do just want people to know that they don't have to be alone, and that there are meetings all over the world. And now with the way this is on YouTube and the recovery community that we have here on YouTube, like Candy starting up her channel, and then me, and then there's other recovery channels that I'm going to link some channels for you guys tonight, okay? I actually found a couple of podcasts that I think you guys will really, really like. Hey, Nicole. you guys, everybody, that's my girl Nicole. She's new too to the channel, and she is going through it right now. So everybody, please pray for her to have strength to make it through this time. Nicole, I'm so proud of you, girl. You can do this. Keep pushing forward, okay? Don't stop. Listen to me, okay? Don't stop, all right? Don't stop. Keep pushing forward. This is for your kids. This is for your family. This is for you, okay? You deserve recovery. You deserve a good, healthy, sober life, all right? And you don't have to use that crap to hurt yourself anymore. I have been, well, you guys, Nicole's coming off of H. And how long have you been in withdrawal, Nicole? I think you should be out of the woods within 4 days. What do you guys think? I don't know. It's been so long. I can't, since I think 5 days, maybe. I know for like medications like Suboxone and Methadone that the withdrawal process is a lot longer. Okay, Megan says 7 to 10 days, and she was on H. And you know what, Nicole? I know that you probably don't want to hear this, but I bet if you can get out and walk around a little bit and get to sweating and get some, if maybe tomorrow, if you're feeling a little bit better, get out and walk around and get your blood pumping, get those toxins moving out of your body. Drink a whole bunch of water, okay? Get yourself some Gatorade. What else can she do, you guys, that will help her? Because what you're wanting to do is just flush, get all that crap out of you. But I'm telling you this right now, Nicole, this might seem like it's going to last forever, but it's not. This is going to pass, and you're going to look back on this time, and you're going to be like, I'm out of the woods. I'm out of the woods. Thank you, God. And you know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. All the withdrawals that I have been through from like methadone or like opiate pills like Roxy's or hydrocodone. And me and my husband would lock ourselves in the bedroom upstairs and just be sick. But I'm telling you what, going through the sickness together was kind of helpful because we could sit there. He would hold my hair back while I threw up. I would help him with his little wet cloth and dab his head. There's hope, though, and that's the thing, you guys. Like, when we abuse opiates, we have to pay the piper, you know, which is the withdrawal. But there is hope in recovery. The light is at the end of the tunnel, Nicole. You're right in the middle of the tunnel right now, and you're getting there to the end. Your little head's gonna pop out, okay, and you're gonna be like, ah, I'm a new woman now. You know, getting off of drugs, that's just the beginning. And once you get off and you get all that stuff out of your system, that's whenever you're going to have to start really working on the mental part, because that's whenever those thoughts and those triggers start coming at you 100%, you know. And what you have to do is you have to learn how to basically bat those triggers right out of there. Knock them right out. Knock them out there into the sky, because that's what our addiction does. It's going to come at me. It comes at me in the worst times when I'm struggling the most. Yeah. I'm so glad that you guys are all here. Megan, Hearts, Cindy, Nicole, Gunny, like everybody. I'm so happy y'all are here. You guys don't understand. Like, it's so cool because I get to see you guys in the chat, and then a lot of you guys I talk to on the phone and stuff. And so, like, we have relationships, and then I get to see you guys come in here, and then it's like I was telling Cindy today, you guys, I have a girl that I met from Ireland. It's like I get to talk to so many cool people from all over the world. I was talking to a young lady today from Texas. Oh, Cindy, I met the sweetest girl, or I've known her for a little bit, but she actually came to me because Candy told her to message me, and she's getting sober from meth. And she messaged me today, and she lives in Texas too. So it's just so awesome to be able to see all you guys changing your lives. And so many of you guys are changing your lives and getting the benefits and showing up and showing out. Y'all are coming into the chat. Y'all's lives are getting better. You're getting sober. You're like, it is so inspiring to see it, you guys. It's so inspiring. You guys are giving me like inspiration to stay on my sober journey, right? Because I get to see you guys succeeding in your sobriety, and it pushes me to want to keep on going in mine. And that's what the group is like. It's like a constant, yes, boom, boom, boom. You know, it's like the heartbeat. I get so pumped up. Like, I'm so glad, Nicole, that you are holding on, girl. Just hold on. Do you have any medicine that you can take for like nausea, or any medicine you can take for just any like comfort medications? Hey, Cindy, she has some just in case she needs it. Girl, you know we already got that handled. Oh, is Kim in here? Krissy? You guys, Kim called me today, and I don't know if she's in here right now, but she ended up being like, the medication she was on was, I'll tell you guys later. It was making her not feel good though. Okay, so I guess what I'm going to do is I want to read a little bit of something to you guys. You guys like it when I read the stories to y'all, right? Okay, I want to read a story to you guys, and then we'll go, okay? Oh, hold on, that's a long one. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? This is a story in the back of the AA book. It's called Twice Gifted. Here we go. Diagnosed with cirrhosis, this sick alcoholic got sobriety, plus a life-saving liver transplant. So here we go. Today is Sunday, my favorite day of the week. Things are usually peaceful, and I always get that wonderfully humbling, it's amazing to be alive feeling. I am happy to say that very few days go by without that feeling. Sunday used to be pretty wild in the old days. That is what I call my drinking days, the old days. It was the last day of the weekend, finishing up a few days of partying with my friends. I never went anywhere that was not a party, and if in doubt about the occasion, I'd think of a good one and bring the party with me. I cannot remember a time without booze in my life. Even when I was young and didn't drink myself, liquor was always around. I do remember a time at the beginning of my drinking, thinking to myself that I was not and would never become an alcoholic, knowing in a very personal way exactly how an alcoholic lived. I was a teenager then, and I figured I was having fun and could control everything about my drinking. Been there, done that. By the time I actually reached legal drinking age, I had definitely gone beyond weekend partying, and Sunday once again became the first day of the week, soon to become a week of daily drinking. During my young adulthood, drinking was the way I related to others. How we go out and we socially let loose and get rid of social anxiety, is a lot of us would use alcohol as a buffer. Y'all listening? I did not know anyone who did not drink, and all of my interests, friendships, and more intimate relationships revolved completely around drinking. Over the years, by all appearances, I grew up and got a life, but it was only a facade. I never did mature other than in the physical way. I appeared normal on the outside. I knew I drank, and so did everyone else, but I behaved pretty well and only by chance managed to stay out of harm's way, except for a few occasions. Looking back now, the picture of my life before I got sober looks like a long series of unfinished matters. Through the years, I had quit on everything Through the years, I had quit on everything that ever mattered. College, going from promotions, relationships, at least the relationships that demanded any work. Then a few things began to change. Some years before I finally gave up drinking, my body started to give me signals that continuing on this path might not be as carefree as it had seemed at that point. When stomach problems began, I visited a doctor when queried about my drinking habits. I glossed over the idea that I overindulged. Tests were run, but no real diagnosis was ever confirmed. I was advised to maintain a healthy diet and watch my alcohol intake, along with other prudent suggestions from the doctor. I was still young, and I thought to myself that just giving my body a break by slowing down would allow me to bounce back. Over the next few years, I had quite a few episodes of feeling sick, and of course, having never attended to the real problem, my drinking was still escalating. When my symptoms started to multiply, I finally had to consider the real possibility that drinking was the cause of my health problems. For very brief moments, I somehow realized that giving up the booze was probably in my future. With that realization came fear and so many questions. How will I live? What will I do with my life? Certainly, a life without booze meant I would not have fun, and surely I would not be fun. Up until the moment I realized I might have to give up drinking, I had believed I was perfectly happy. I had a fine life, a good job, a nice place to live, a car, friends, all the things I thought I needed in life. Ideas of getting help to quit drinking had surfaced, but were fleeting and never grew into anything like reaching out. Taken a serious turn for the worse. I was frequently unable to get out of bed, even to go to work, and strange new problems were exhibiting themselves with regularity. I resolved to divorce myself from the bottle, but trying to stop alone was disastrous. During the dry periods, I was very weak and sick. Then at times I would drink and it was out of control. I would isolate and binge. Those last drunks ended in episodes of uncontrollable shaking, dry heaves, and even hallucinations. At the end, I was scared and suffering, and I felt as though I were absolutely alone in the world. A series of circumstances brought me to a new doctor. I had to see a doctor because once again I had become fearfully ill, and I was unable to work. My stomach was distended, and my ankles were swollen nearly twice their normal size due to fluid retention. The whites of my eyes had yellowed from jaundice. I had spidery broken veins all over my body. My skin itched all over and took on a greenish-gray appearance. My blood had apparently thinned because the lightest touch would cause a terrible bruise, and even a small scratch would bleed for a very long time. Dark marks appeared on my face and arms. My hair began to fall out, and because I had no appetite at all, I was very weak and extremely fatigued. The new physician took one look at my appearance and my blood test results and asked if I drank. I said that I used to, but I had abstained for quite a while. This was a blatant lie. In reality, the only person who was being fooled was me. My new doctor explained that I had a disease called cirrhosis of the liver. How far it had progressed was hard to tell, but by the symptoms I was having and the results of my tests, the disease seemed fairly advanced. The pictures he painted was very bleak. As the disease worsened, I would become sicker and weaker, and finally there would be a slow and painful progression, usually ending in a fatal episode of bleeding into the stomach or lapsing into a coma and death. With that, he referred me to a special clinic. Not an ordinary group of doctors, but a liver transplant clinic. The initial interview with this group of doctors made it clear that if I wanted to live, I was going to have to prove that alcohol was no longer going to be a part of my life. I was 37 years old at the time, a relatively young woman for what was happening to my body. I was suddenly afraid of dying, and I was desperate. Desperation, remember? The gift of desperation. I had attended AA meetings prior to that time, but the words of the doctors had somehow finally begun to clear the way. At the meeting that first night, more of what the people in AA were saying started to pass through my ears and into my head, and finally into my heart. The members of Alcoholics Anonymous offered me a gift of life. I found myself willing, and after some weeks of just showing up, I began to believe that this program could work for me. The next 6 months were spent in AA meetings every single day, at least one, sometimes 2 or 3. I found a wonderful patient sponsor who helped me to work the steps and practice the principles. During the 6 months of evaluation by the clinic, I was given a blood test at least weekly, sometimes randomly, to validate that I was not drinking. I had weekly meetings with the psychiatrist on the transplant team. My family members attended some of those meetings, and the doctor also had contact with my sponsor. Another mandate was that I enter some type of psychotherapy with a professional, either group or individual session. This, too, was not something I would have chosen for myself, but it has turned out to be a very positive force in my life. At the time of the evaluation, there had to be evidence that I was doing everything possible to assure my continued sobriety. After a 6-month period, I was officially listed as a candidate for a liver transplant. By the time my name was placed on the transplant list, I had become very sick. My liver had progressively continued to shut down, and the official wait had really just begun. I had no way of knowing how long it would be before a suitable organ would become available, or how long it would be before I rose to the top of the list. Oh hell, it's about to die. At times I felt resentful of the selection process. Okay, Some years have passed, and I look back from okay. I actually found an abundance of peace and serenity during those months preceding the surgery. After 6 months, I was given a second chance and the second gift of life. The surgery itself was a wonderful success, and my recuperation was unmarked by setbacks. Some years have passed, and as I look back from the clarity of this moment, I know that the way here for me could not have been by any easier path. I would not willingly have stopped the course of my life. I needed harsh reality to see the damage that alcohol abuse causes in so many ways. I needed to be forced into acceptance and humility. So she got a new liver, and now she's alive. I just wanted to read that to you guys, and my phone is literally about to die. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed just sitting with me today and talking, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our merit meeting. Bye, you guys.